Okay. Hi everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Melanie Josephine and I'm here again with my friend Amy. Amy's already joining me for the second time. If you watched our video about friendship, you already know her. If not, you can go and watch that video after you finish this one. So today we have decided we're going to talk about 5 things how to put a smile on a person. No, that's actually not true. That's not what we're talking about today.
Start again.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Today we're talking about how you can make a difference in someone's life, and we have both thought about 5 ways how to make a difference in someone's life, and we have not shared these, so we're going to share these on camera. And yeah, would you like to start?
Okay, yes, I can go first.
Amy wrote this amazing neat list, so it's really, really great. my list is not as long.
Okay, so the first thing that I think that I can do or someone can do to make a difference in someone's life is to listen to them. So in my job at work, doing family support, a lot of parents say that I was really helpful to them or really supportive to them, but I don't think I've actually done anything. Like I've just listened to them, been there so they can talk through their problems, and actually a lot of people find that that's really helpful because they've been able to talk through their issues and come to their own solutions without me suggesting anything or doing anything, but just by being there to listen to them. And they've found that that's really made a difference and been really helpful to them. So I think being there to listen to someone it can make a difference to them.
Yeah. How interesting is it that something that might seem so small can actually make a difference? I think that's a great thing to remember, that just by sitting there and actively listening and not really thinking about your own stuff or what are you going to say next, just to really dive into what they're saying, and so that the person can feel that you actually care about the issue.
I definitely agree with what you said about actively listening. So active listening, where you, as you said, you're really listening. You're taking into account everything they're saying. You're not thinking, what can I say next, or how can I respond to this? You're just listening to them, letting them lead the conversation. Means they feel that you care and you're really listening to them. And I think it makes a big difference.
My first point is put a smile on your face, and then it will put a smile on someone else's face. I think that this is so little that you would barely think that you're making a difference, but you actually am. And when you think about it, for example, if I had a bad day or something and somebody smiled at me, or I was at a supermarket and the cashier smiled at me, just for that moment it does make a difference. Definitely. So I think a difference doesn't always have to be a massive difference, but you can make a lot of small differences.
Yeah, I like that, and I definitely agree that if you're having a bad day but someone gives you a smile, it can lift your mood as well.
Yeah.
So the third thing that I've said is just to talk. So some people might not have spoken to anyone else all day. At the supermarket, speaking to the cashier, or seeing someone on the street and saying hello might be the only conversation that they've had with anybody all day. So just a smile, give them a smile, say hello, ask them how's their day, and sometimes that can make the difference between not speaking to anybody and having some interaction. Yeah. So I know that sometimes with homeless people, for example, they might often get ignored and looked down upon, but actually for you to just stop and say hello and just have a quick chat can make the difference for them, to an awful day where no one's talked to them, no one's spoken to them all day, to actually making them feel that someone does care and they're a little bit more valued. So I think just talk, put a smile on your face, say hello, and sometimes that can really make a difference to people. Yeah.
I can relate to that in the sense that I used to think that only deep conversations, meaningful conversations, are the conversations that I want to have with people that I care about, and I don't want to have superficial conversations. And if somebody wants to say hi to me in the street, I think this is a waste of time, and I don't think like this anymore, because sometime along the way, I don't know when, but I realized that basically what you were saying, for example, if a grandma on the bus would say hello to me and have a quick chat, I would just have a chat with her, and I actually enjoy it now because I know it can make a difference, not even just in her day, also in my day, because it's really quite nice, even if you never see this person again, just to make a difference on that particular day, and not ignoring that person or pretending it doesn't matter, because everything matters to some degree.
And you never know what you might learn from that person. Yeah. So you might have a quick chat with somebody, and they might enlighten you some really useful information, or you might have a really nice chat.
That's very true. I mean, you never know where one conversation leads you. That's very, very true. Just having the openness to possibility. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. It is, you can make a difference when you think about who needs you right now. If you think about your friends who's maybe going through something, or maybe not, just who could you ring, who could you make happy with a 5-minute phone call, or maybe longer. But I think we often don't bother because we're tired in the evening, but if you really think about it, something very small like a 5 or 10 minute phone call can make a difference.
Definitely. And I think if I was to receive a call from someone out of the blue, not for a reason, not to ask me something, but just to say hi, that'd make my day. That would be a really nice thing to happen.
Very nice to know. No, but I think, I don't know, please tell me what you think. I often think, oh, I don't want to call people, maybe they're busy, I don't want to bother them. So, do you think this way, or not?
No, I think...
No, but I mean, you yourself, do you just ring people up?
No.
Okay.
I don't do it. I think I would like to receive it.
Okay. So I guess quite a few of us have this barrier that we don't do it. But it's good to know that at least you, I mean, there's nobody else here that I can ask, but and me too, actually. So I guess if it's you and if it's
us.
We'd like to get some phone calls. No, but I told you the other night, this girl that I met at UPW, she rang me out of the blue, and she didn't message me before, and when I picked up, she said, yeah, I just wanted to see how you are, and I thought, I'll just ring you, either you pick up or you don't pick up. But it's such a nice thing. It's not that much effort, and it's such a nice thing. So I think yeah, definitely take that into account. Can I add one thing?
Yes.
I'm also doing this now as for birthdays. I don't know, there was one birthday I realized how happy it makes when people call me on my birthday, that I decided for myself that I would not just write a WhatsApp message or a Facebook post for somebody's birthday, that the people that I care about, I will, unless there's a good reason not to, I will always try to give them a call, and if I can't reach them, then maybe I'll message them or I record a voice message. But I think it's it's more special to give somebody a call on their birthday.
Definitely. The next thing I thought of was offering to help people. So I think giving your time to someone can really make a difference. So for example, when I wanted to do a litter pick and you volunteered to come with me, that really made a difference. That really made me happy. That you'd supported me, but also you were willing to give some of your time to do something that I was interested in. It was something that was important to me, but you were willing to give up some of your time to do that with me. So thank you. And that made a difference. And then I was thinking of sort of other examples, and a lady who has got a pushchair and she's on the underground or something, just offer to help them to take their pushchair up the stairs. And that can make the difference between a really difficult start of her day with a bad journey to an easy journey, or someone whose shopping bag has split or something, and you help them to pick up some of their shopping. And sometimes you don't even need to ask, do you need any help? Sometimes just go and help them. And that's made a difference between a disaster, where for a lady trying to find all of her shopping, to something that wasn't really so bad. So I think just offer a little bit of help. Sometimes you might need to ask, sometimes just help without asking. Sometimes just going to help somebody will make a big difference to their day.
That's actually a really, really good point. There was one morning when just before I had to leave for work, I opened the fridge and I can't remember what I wanted to get out, but unfortunately I dropped all of my blueberries. And my flatmate came to help me pick up all of the blueberries. And as he was helping me, I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, that's so nice. That completely made my day. And it was just a very small gesture, only like 1 minute, but it like totally made my day because it was a kind gesture. And I guess it's the same on the tube. I actually started to offer my help to when somebody has a pushchair, but also when I see somebody carry heavy luggage and they're struggling, like when I see an elderly person or just generally a person that struggles, even though I'm not really the most muscular person on the planet, but I think that really can make somebody's day. The third thing that I wrote down, actually I have not started doing that. I've been wanting to do that. So I saw a podcast recently and I saw how Lewis Howes, who maybe some of you know, he has this podcast, The School of Greatness, and he said in an interview that when he started to change his life, he started to ask his friends, his family, how he can be, I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, but how he can be a better person to them, a better friend to them. And I've actually been meaning to ask people how I can be a better friend to them. And I've asked one person so far. But I think you can make a difference in asking that question, because when you find out, then you can actually act on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the important part of it is acting on what they tell you.
Yes. Otherwise you don't really need to ask. I mean, yeah. But yeah, I think so. What do you think of this question?
I've never thought about it before. And I think it probably, if you were to ask me what you could do to be a better friend, I'd have to go away and think about it for some time. I don't think it's a question that you could just answer, either for me to give you an answer or for me to think to myself, what could I do to be a better friend? It's something you might have to think about for a bit of time to come up with a good answer. Yeah. Because it's not something we really ask ourselves or tend to think about.
Yeah.
But it's a good question.
I mean, even if you don't have an answer, then at least you can show that you care. For example, when I was an au pair, there was one family, they asked me several times what they can do better. And my experience with this family was just so amazing. There really wasn't anything. And the thing is, usually people who are already doing an amazing job ask this question. The families that I work for who could definitely improve, they never asked me what they could improve. So I think it's a good question to ask, but even if you don't get an answer, that's okay too.
Yeah, it shows willing. It shows that you want to do better, and it shows that you care, that the other person is happy with you.
Yes.
So I've mentioned giving.
Yeah.
So, but I want to make sure it's you give within your means. So you're not giving more than you could afford or more than you can manage. So, for example, if you're a crafty person and you like to make things, you could make someone a gift. So you could, and that will be maybe a birthday gift or because of a special occasion, but that will mean more to them because you've made it with your own hands than any other gift. It will be a special thing to them. Because you've made it yourself. Or if you've got a lot of clothes, you think you've got too many clothes or shoes, you could give them to charity. Or if you see like someone on the street and you've got a bag of crisps or something, or you're about to go into Tesco, you could give them some food, or like you give them. You could go into the shop and see what they want. And even if you just spend a few pounds, you can give them something. And those things will mean more, like the clothes to the charity shop or the crisps to someone on the street would mean more to them than they would have to you if you'd have kept them.
Oh, what a good point. Yeah.
So I think it's like, I think giving, and I wanted to, yes, I've written as well, like, you might be in a position where you don't have any money and you don't have any spare things to give away, but you could give up your seat to an old person on the train, or you could give, like your arm to someone who's struggling, or something like you said. You could give help to someone. So you can always give something, even if you don't have any money or anything. Yeah. But I think often what you could give to someone else would mean more to them when they get it than to you if you hang on to it.
Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting thought. What you mentioned about the crisps earlier, I just got a picture up in my mind. When I was working as a nanny, there was one day when I was with the children at the playground and we've run out of all snacks, like we didn't have anything to eat and I was starving. And I was just thinking to myself, please, anybody give me some food. And like, I don't know if it was in exactly that moment or 1 minute later, a lady came and offered me a packet of crisps and I was like, thank you. It was amazing. The next point, I don't know if I want to say this. No, I just wrote respect imperfections. I guess,
Yes, definitely.
I guess if you can love your friend the way they are, even, I mean, we are all not perfect, and I think we all want to be loved the way we are, including our imperfections. And if we start doing that, and then we can definitely make a difference because we start to be a good example to other people.
Definitely. I think a lot of people haven't got confidence in themselves, maybe the way they look or the way they dress or something about themselves. So if you can show that you respect those differences and that you love the person the same, then maybe that will give them a bit more confidence about themselves. And that will definitely make a difference. I think that's a really good thing. It's a good point.
Thank you.
I like that one.
Thank you.
Okay, my final thing I had to mention, because I'm on a bit of an eco-warrior streak at the moment, was being more aware of the environment. So trying to reduce your carbon footprint and try to reduce the amounts of plastic that goes into the ocean and things like that. And it's going to make a difference sort of to future generations, make a difference to the animals and the wildlife, that they've got their sort of habitat back rather than having the oceans like covered in plastic bags and bottles and things. I watched David Attenborough climate change program where he talked about how now is the time to make a difference.
Yeah.
And even small things that individual people can do, like reducing the amount of energy you use, maybe reducing the amount of times you use the car, just those little things can make a difference to the global warming sort of catastrophe that's happening. So, and obviously that will make a difference to the future generations. So I had to put that one in there.
Yeah. No, but I mean, that makes a difference in all of our lives, because if we don't take care of this planet, then we will suffer the consequences, which we are already starting to. Yeah, for sure.
Have you heard this a saying that's there is no planet B?
Yes. Yeah, it's a good one, because it's true.
This is our only option, so we have to look after it.
Yeah. My last point, little things matter, but we already kind of talked about that in a way that with the person's smile in all of these things, that we shouldn't think it always has to be the grand gesture. Everyday little things matter. And then I wrote down, okay. You know when you write something and you don't know what you meant? I wrote down piece of cake example. I'm like,
tell me about the piece of cake.
Yeah, just remembered actually. Okay, so the piece of cake example. So a lady that I'm working with, maybe you saw it on my Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, you did? Okay, but maybe you didn't.
Check it out.
So we baked a cake one day, but I didn't have time to try it because it had to cool down. And she said, "I'm gonna freeze a piece, so the next time you come, you can try it." And so she actually did, and she wrote on the paper that it was for me, and it was just a tiny piece of cake that she kept for me, but it totally made my day. I just thought it was the sweetest thing. And the kindest thing that she kept this piece of cake so that I could try it.
That's really nice. You remembered. I think a lot of these things are about just remembering the little things.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not asking anybody to do anything huge to make this massive difference in someone's lives, but actually just little things on a personal level can make a big difference.
Yeah. Ooh, this was actually very interesting. I mean, because last time when we did the friend video, that was also a great video, but we had most things in common, and this time we had a few
different,
quite a few different. Yeah, in a way, it all comes together as one picture, but very interesting. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.